The Crew 2 Ubisoft Ivory Tower. I get a lot of comments being like, Sid, I bought this game because of you. My condolences, by the way. No, to be fair, this game is very, very good for new players. You're basically getting launch plus 4 years of updates, not all of them being good, worth of content at once. You got the summit, the PvP, you got contracts, you got chase events, you got agency events, game events, you got USB tour events, you got leveling up parts, icon system, buying all of the cars, completing everything progression-wise. There's so much to do in this game. And with how much growth this game has seen, especially with this new update coming out, I can imagine you, maybe the viewer, are looking to buy this game. Well, what's going on? My name is Sid and welcome back to the channel. So, what's a price you can justify? Because you may have already looked on the PlayStation Store and seen that it's way too expensive, maybe like £40 or something. Well, there's been some development just in general with the game and a couple of ways to get it free. Big air quote. I'll get into that bit. One thing I will say is the Crew 2 is always on sale. Trust me, if you're gonna get the game but aren't sure yet and it seems too expensive, don't buy it for more than like £20. That's how much I would recommend. If the game is under £20, I'd say that's justifiable. Really, I'd say even under 30 or £30 would be justifiable. But the game is always going so much lower than that, that you might as well wait till it is lower than that. That's when you're buying it from the main stores, you know, the Microsoft Store, the PlayStation Store, etc, etc. But there's much, much better ways of buying the Crew 2. And maybe not really buying it outright, but we'll get into that. The first thing I would recommend is CD keys. This is just, in general, pretty good for game codes, and you can see straight away, the Crew 2 for PC, £7. £7, and also the Season Pass. This is a big thing. I always recommend getting the Season Pass. No matter how much it is, if you can lump in the Season Pass in that price, get the Season Pass. That's because the Season Pass gives you 20%, I believe it's 20 or maybe 25, I think 20% off of all in-game purchases, even the purchases made with the microtransaction currency. It gives you 24 free cars. And think about it this way, right? Say it costs 100 million to buy all the cars you want to buy. You'd save 20 million on that. 20 million. Think about that. So I most definitely recommend the Season Pass. And stick around to the end of this video where I'm going to give some tips for very new players of the game. But here you are, CD keys, and you can get stuff here. Unfortunately, I don't believe PlayStation is on here anymore. I don't think PlayStation does those keys like that anymore. But you can see Xbox is here too for a lot cheaper. There's also G2A, but as far as I was looking at it, it seems like it's too expensive on G2A. Or at least more expensive when you can get it on here, where it's the deluxe edition for £11, or, you know, the normal in season. There's been some changes recently, and that's been that the Crew 2 is now free as part of Ubisoft Plus's classic games catalog. Yes, this game has been out that long. Included at no extra charge for PlayStation Plus extra subscribers. So let me really break this down. Let me really break this down. So, the game is free with Ubisoft Plus, which is free with PlayStation Plus Extra. So it's a bit complicated, so let me get into this, okay? Well, Ubisoft Plus is the main thing this comes with, and that is this, Ubisoft Plus, which is a subscription with Ubisoft that I believe gives you 100 plus games, including new releases, premiums, and it's part of the classic games catalog of that, which is right here. I don't know why the logo is desaturated there with no yellow, but, oh, Splinter Cell Blacklist is on it. It's like the best game ever made. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Oh, it's such a good game. It's such a good game. Okay, yes, the Crew 2. The Crew 2 is free with the classic games catalog. But this, I believe, is 12, 13, and 15 pounds a month. That's not the best way to get it, because you would just be paying for this. You'd be paying for Ubisoft Plus. Instead, if you get PlayStation Plus, that's what, like £7 a month if you get the monthly subscription. But PlayStation Plus Extra, which is, I believe, around £11, I want to say. Yes, £11 a month based on what I'm reading. £11 a month for PlayStation Extra. So that's £4 extra on a normal PlayStation subscription. And with PlayStation Plus Extra, you also get this for no extra charge. So if you have PlayStation Plus, which that extra £4 won't just give you the classic games catalog, but also a bunch of other things in a big game catalog for PlayStation Plus Extra. And with that, you can see that right here is The Crew 2, and then free trial, £40, subscribe to Extra to access this game and hundreds more in the game catalog. This is included in the Ubisoft Extra catalog. Now, I won't dive too deep into this debate, but it's sort of the free debate, and that is that it's like Amazon delivery. You pay so much less if you have Amazon Prime, and you get so many other things that comparatively to just paying delivery every single time, it is free. You know, it's like how you say you get one free Prime sub. It's technically you're paying once a month. You're not going to see free movies if you get a cinema card. You pay once a month. It's just, that's a whole marketing, maybe ethics debate right there. But yes, the game, along with so much else, so you're not just paying for The Crew 2 here, is free. And okay, so think about it this way, right? If you phrase it as £11 a month for The Crew 2, it's not the best way to phrase it. Instead, let me do some maths here. Okay, so here's the maths, right? So in The Crew 2, you need PlayStation Plus and the Xbox equivalent to play online. So to play online in PvP or join a crew, you need PlayStation Plus. So you'd have to get that anyway. So either way, you'd have to have PlayStation Plus. So now, stick with me if you ever did maths, right? If you minus PS Plus from both sides, this is kind of dumb. Technically, you're just getting The Crew 2 for £4 a month, which isn't as egregious of a number, which also isn't that bad when you consider that that £4 being the extra amount, that's also all the other games that you'll be able to access. Think about it that way, including, apparently, was Splinter Cell Blacklist on there? Okay. Splinter Cell Blacklist is such a good game. No one tell The Crew 2 that I'm saying this, right? Splinter Cell Blacklist, best game I've ever played. My favorite game ever. Play Splinter Cell Blacklist. It's so good. Genuinely my favorite game I've ever played. And finally, the tips for new players. The big tip I have is Ubisoft Connect. See, if you've ever played a Ubisoft game before, you might have Uplay points saved up. And on Ubisoft Connect, you can go into rewards, and if you just play The Crew 2 a little bit, you'll get some more points anyway. You can see in the bottom right, I've got 8. But you can see here, you get easy money. You can get some microtransaction currency for free from this. You get the Aston Martin Vanquish, which I must say is the real best starter car. It's better than the other 3. And some outfits and whatnot, but really it's these two. These two are the big kickers up here. The free money and the Aston Martin Vanquish. And now, this may seem very self-aggrandizing, self-promoting, but really, I only have one best tip for new players, and that's my guides playlist. This right here is my guides playlist. I'll link this in the description. It's got how to drift, how to maximize drifting. It's got free cars, which you'd definitely need as a new player. It's got an ultimate money method, a followers method, a parts method, free vanity method, a skills method, and a specific vanity that you should be using. And not only that, but I constantly update this playlist. I don't think I mentioned that enough. This playlist is always updated. So whenever I make a new guide that isn't on here, it gets added. Whenever I make a newer version of a guide, it gets added. But what that also means is that every single guide here is completely up to date. If it's in the guides playlist, you do not have to worry about whether it's up to date or not. Because if it isn't, it's not going to be for long anyway, because I'll just make a new one. So if you watch this long, I'm assuming you're looking for ways to pick up the game. So my biggest tip, definitely, check out the guides playlist. The link to that will be in the description. And also, that's going to be about it from me. Trying to make the background not white. So, okay, that should be good. Okay. Thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. That's about it from me in a